What is the matter, Mr. Whitlow? Are you having a bad day?
I am so tired of teaching. No one listens to me. No one does what I ask. Don't you kids know any better? I give you silent lunch. I send you to detention. I send home notes to your parents. Nothing motivates this class.
That is not motivating. All you do is criticize us and punish us. Haven't you figured out that we don't respond well to cars?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you mean by cars.
Seriously? You need some help learning how to speak to people. Cars are critical authoritarian remarks and they just make us rebel more strongly. You need to learn how to do the boss two-step.
No. I don't want to learn a new dance, and besides, I can't two-step.
It's not a dance. It's a successful classroom management tool. Our Thursday afternoon teacher Dr. Ross created it and it works brilliantly. Basically, you need to stop reacting to our nuisance behavior with punishment and learn how to motivate us. It is very important to tell us when we are doing well. Children, well, all people, love positivity. Instead of using cars, use CPRs. Those are courteous, positive remarks.
What? That's not how school works. You follow the rules or else. That's how it always was when I was a kid, and that's the way I was raised. You respect authority and follow rules.
And how's that working for you? You need to leave all those personal experiences behind. Put them in a folder and keep it way in the very back of your brain. And don't you know you are supposed to teach from your professional folder and not your personal folder?
I don't know anything apparently. I have lost control of the class and I am tired. I am so burned out. Seriously. Burned out.
Why don't you try becoming a boss teacher? It's just a few steps to learn. I bet you could start tomorrow and things would be drastically different in a month. I bet over 96% of the students in here will comply. You might as well try. What else have you got to lose?
I don't know about taking advice from a student. This sounds fishy. I think you are just trying to get out of being punished.
Well, yes. But I would rather be in a classroom that is motivating. Wouldn't you? All you have to do is model the desired task, let us practice the modeled task without punishment, and you provide feedback. But remember, no cars. It's really not hard. You know what the experts say. If you want to get it, you must teach it. I can teach you the actual steps. Aren't you curious? If you don't believe me, you could always go ask Dr. Ross. He is an expert and like a doctor. His methods are evidence-based.
Methods. I haven't learned about methodology since I was in college in 1984, way before you were born. But I guess you are never too old to learn something new. You have me interested. Go ahead and tell me the steps.
Awesome, Mr. Whitlow. The first step is you telling us you are watching for cooperative and polite behavior. Make sure you give us some examples of the behaviors you want to see, like no talking when you are talking, or raising our hands. Then you will need to compliment us during the day when we exhibit these CPBs.
What? You mean I have to compliment you for doing something you are supposed to do? I have to praise you?
Of course. The dwindling frequency of praise for adolescents is a tragic revelation.
Fine. Tell me step 2.
Okay. So you need to continue step 1, and then after a few days you will ask for student volunteers at the end of the day to state how they were cooperative or polite. It's important for us to acknowledge these pro-social behaviors.
Pro-social behaviors. Got it? That sounds better than anti-social behaviors.
You have no idea. You wouldn't believe some of the things Dr. Ross has taught us about anti-social behaviors. It will keep you up at night. So are you ready for step 3?
Yes. I am starting to like what I am hearing. I could use some positivity in my life.
Exactly. Step 3 is a continuation of steps 1 and 2, but you add one more thing. After a few days you will ask students to name another student that has demonstrated CPBs. And don't forget to thank us for volunteering others. We will all praise each other.
I think I am starting to understand this.
Great. For step 4 you continue what you are already doing and then encourage us to compliment each throughout the day, without you having to ask. We will create a culture of positive communication.
This sounds great. But what am I supposed to do if people still misbehave? What if Billy just won't do what he is supposed to do?
Then you do the boss 2 step. You ignore Billy and his nuisance behavior and make sure you are pointing out all the desired behaviors. Get it? Ignoring is step 1, pointing CPBs is step 2. Just don't give Billy the attention for that nonsense and I bet he will stop. If we all start using CPBs and telling each other thank you for the desired behaviors, we will squeeze out the undesirable ones. Don't you think that will work?
It sounds great in theory. And you are telling me this is evidence-based?
Yes.
Well, you have convinced me to try. I want to thank you for telling me all of this. You are a good student who obviously pays attention to what is being taught.
You are welcome. And I like what you did there. You pointed out a CPB by telling me I pay attention in class. Thank you. And I am so happy you are going to become a boss teacher. I bet you will succeed because you care about our classroom enough to try something new.
Thank you for that CPB. I am glad you know I care. I am looking forward to tomorrow, a fresh start.
Me too.
And from now on I will just ask Dr. Ross if I have questions. You can go back to just being a student. So, we won't tell everyone that you schooled me about classroom management and I will give you a couple bonus points on your final project. Do we have a deal?
Deal.